Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I truly rejoice and I'm glad in it. Um, I am out here in my space of sanctuary and peace, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Um, just kind of give you an update on my regimen today, and I'm just going to walk you around just briefly and show you some of the updates that I see in Alabaster Flows Urban and Gardening. I'm spraying everything with my bug spray. And when I made this one, I put 3 teaspoons of neem oil. Actually, put 4 teaspoons of neem oil and 2 spoons of dish liquid and a teaspoon of baking soda, so that I can spray for the bugs and also kind of so like multi-purpose, but spray. I had to spray my rose bushes. I see that since it's been raining a lot, I was just gonna let them do what they do and just die back, or just give me a couple roses here and there. But since it's rained a lot, it's kind of I see a whole lot of new growth, so I had to spray them down. And I am going to sit down this evening or maybe late on afternoon and give them a good trim. I mean a good trim. Um, I mean, it's roses everywhere at the top, rather. So, and then I got all that new growth at the bottom. So I'm going to trim off basically, it's really not bad. It's just that nothing is growing. Whenever you have a rose bush, you break that off, the old roses, they'll start going back and actually give you a whole lot of new greenery and leaves. And, yeah, so I had to spray, got a lot of spiders flying through and all that other lovely, you know. Then I need to cut off these dead branches. So I don't have much to do on it. Like I said, it's already producing new life at the bottom, new life in the middle, and new life at the top. So I don't have much to do. Normally when you get to this, should see how it's still green. Should have cut it off down there. Uh, by the grace of God, Mom got a new lease on this back. So we back in business. To God be all the glory. The potatoes have emerged even more. I gotta spray them. But this particular plant was way over here. But I guess from the watering and the moving and everything, they shifted. But it's okay. So this is gonna be my last cover up. You put the potatoes at the bottom and you feel it. I'm sorry, I know y'all probably can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I miscalculated this one. So I'm going to fill them up to the top of the leaves and put mulch over them. Once the leaves grow up, I'm going to put a couple of other plants in there to help with pests. I don't know if y'all remember, but we are now in business. We have some lemons growing. On this tree, I got to search for them. That's all I can say. They on here. They growing. I probably seen like 4 or 5. And I'm okay with that. You hear me? There's another one. I am okay with that. You hear me? Because God is good. Because this plant actually fell like 3 times from the wind. It was so high. I mean, I had stuff around it and everything, but it still figured out a way to fall. This plant, this tree, it's got a lot of lemons. I'm not going to take you around all that. It's got a lot of lemons. All of these branches, I am going to cut. I gotta YouTube it first, because everything that I do, I go and look at those that have done this before me, and I'm just following their teaching. My master gardeners that I follow, that gives me the wisdom that I'm grateful for the wisdom that they give me. I have, one dear friend that I'm just a phone call away. And then I got a plethora of instructors, master gardeners that I follow on YouTube and have transitioned to their Facebook pages just for inspiration from individuals that share their wisdom and knowledge as they follow as well. So I'm a student. I'm a student in training even now, so I'm grateful. We still surviving. Hold on, there we go. We still surviving with the grapes. The birds are still finding a way to get to them, but it's okay. We still surviving. This is our first year, first harvest, so I'm not complaining. I can't show you, but I got grapes all up in there, so I'm gonna leave those alone. This little milk that I got right here, this is blended eggshell and banana hull. It gives potassium and calcium to your plants. And then you got the coffee ground, used coffee grounds, not fresh coffee ground. If you have some fresh coffee grounds that like you decided not to drink coffee anymore, like I have coffee that I bought and I don't like, I put that in my compost bin because it could break down in the compost. But you don't want to put fresh coffee inside in your plants because that's too much. That's like an overflow of instant, nitrogen and it's just too much. So I blended this up. I'm gonna divide it between the 3 lemon and lime plants and the grape plant and the berry plant. I'm not gonna tell you if it's blueberry or raspberry, no, blackberry or raspberry. From last summer to this summer, I actually had a tag in this. I lost my tag and I just wasn't coming out here because I was not feeling good at all. So I didn't maintain my garden from one summer to the next. Over the fall, I just finally got a little energy when I passed by my neighbor's house and I seen all the bags of leaves, and I got the ones that I was able to get, and that was about the most of what I did. But as you can see, like I told you, on this plant, because this is just a 2-year babe, if I got nothing, I'm good. So my babe just told me that I ain't little no more. I'm grown. Mama, I got you. So, as you can see, we got fruit coming up out of the tinsels. We got fruit coming up out the tinsels. So, yeah, it's in the garden where life begins. I had stink bugs and some other bugs on my squashes, and it almost ravished my tree, my plants. I mean, like almost took them down. And this was just in like 3 days. So it is imperative that you come out on a daily basis and look at your plants. If you're not ready to handle more than 1 or 2 beds, don't do more than 1 or 2 beds. Because I'm telling you, I only have 7 beds, and it's more than an ocean. I don't even have that much in my beds. But I was able to get them, get rid of them, spray. I sprayed the arches. I sprayed the shade cloth. I sprayed everything. There was nothing left untouched. I sprayed everything. My relishes are coming along fine. My red, and these are my ice relishes. And then over here in the ice relishes, I had spinach mixed up in it. I got to figure out another way to tie this up because it's not stinging. The other day I told y'all those was my borage. That was actually my beans finally coming up, and the green ones right here are the borage flowers. Some of my beds will have more flowers than the other ones, but that's okay. That's the beans, and that's the borage. Those are all flowers. That's my basil. I mean, so things are coming along. I had to bring these plants in here, these flowers. When it rained and it got flooded, the ants demolished that plant, just demolished it. There's a couple leaves still in there, so I think they'll be okay. Y'all remember just yesterday I just tied up this, or day before yesterday, whenever that was, I just tied this up. I got to tie my cucumber plants up again. They are really, see the flowers? I'm going to have to take the flowers off because it's still too early for them to produce fruit, because if they produce fruit, they stop growing. You don't want them to produce fruit just yet. See, the early sun, I don't mind the early sun just yet hitting my my bell peppers. It's that noon sun, afternoon sun is really, really bad. So until I get my other shade cloth and I can pull that one down and I can get my little stakes and I can actually lift it up right, I think we'll be good for now. I got a, y'all know I just did some pruning the other day on my tomato plants. I'm trying to keep them under wraps and don't let them just get loose. Because once they really start growing, I mean, like this one just grew overnight. It's like they just sprout up. So just make sure you come out, you're growing tomatoes, come out every day, look at your plants, make sure ain't nothing eating them up, make your spray, try to stay as organic as you can. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll be glad to share with you what I know, what I've learned, what I've changed, and even what I've found out new from those that I follow. I'm gonna put their pages in my description so that you'll be able to follow them as well. You know, each one teach one. Someone taught me. I have no problem with teaching, sharing, and growing along with you. Cause like I said, I'm just year 3 in, so I'm still new at this. But yet I feel like I think I'm a teenager now. I think I done grew up just a little bit. My watermelon is finally taking off. Yay! So this chair, I'm gonna actually move this chair, and that's why I put these the leaves and the mulch down here, because I need somewhere for this to grow on. I don't want my watermelon to grow on the grass, so I'm gonna have to mulch that in a minute. My beans are coming up beautifully. If you can see right here, some got a hold to my bean. It's one straight over there that just have a bean on, and then that one ate up. But that's okay. We all good. We got them sprayed. I'll come back out here in about 3 days and spray again. I mean, I got like volunteer plants everywhere. I mean, it's just to the point where I just gotta let this stuff grow so I can see what it is. Yes, I am gonna do that. These lettuce are bolting good for me. I got one more right there that's going to bolt, but this one actually decided to grow, and that one too. So guess who's gonna let it grow? If I get a couple more servings of spinach, I am good. I'm getting ready to put some more dill. I'm actually put dill on this outside. No, cause maybe on the side. I'm gonna put dill on the side, cause I have some mammoth dill and it grows pretty tall, and I don't want it to really just shelter out the bell peppers. I think that's about it. Yep, those are still coming along, so we're gonna be patient with them. You know, I ain't always matured and come along right at the same space as time and you know that everybody felt I should have. So hey, here's 2 more volunteer plants. If I tell you the truth, I'll probably be telling you a lie. But they look like bell peppers, because I did have bell peppers right here last year. In this bed, I had bell peppers. Everything in this bed is something that I have never grown before, other than a cantaloupe. So I have never grown anything in this bed. I tried squash last year, and it was a complete, ultimate failure. My okras, my basil, my lettuce, my thyme, sage and charge and oregano. Some of these herbs, they just take a while to germinate, but it's all good. The onion is coming along fine. I need to get something to tie this up, but other than that, nothing new. Girl, for a minute I thought that was a snake over there. You finna hear me holler. Ah! Okay, Okay, I'm sorry. Ah! And he'll come flying around because he'll hear me. We scared my daughter-in-law the other day. She was out here and I was walking her around and I seen a bed of snakes. They were under the bags and we all just froze. And I had my grandson out here and we just froze still. And I couldn't do nothing but scream. And he came flying around that corner. Had stick in one hand, gun in the other. What? I said, snake. He said, girl. Hey. Every now and then, huh? Oh, and a catnip. So this evening, when I come out, this is my focus today. My bed, my roses, trimming the herbs, getting them tied up, getting them hung up. Sage is a hard herb to grow. Sage is a hard herb to grow. Oregano is not so hard, but it is very finicky. But sage is a hard herb to grow, and I'm gonna keep saying that. I give this herb more tender loving care than I do any other one. So sage and rosemary, if you don't have the right heat temperature, soil and water and all that, although it don't require a whole lot of other stuff, it's hard to grow, man. But it's all good, cause see, I'm up for the fight. I gotta get these plants. These they gonna go in the ground somewhere over here. We'll get to it when we get to it. They still alive. We not complaining. So we gonna let you go now, cause I gotta top off my potato bags. What I tell y'all gotta do? Top off my potato bags. Get my eggshell banana mixture poured into the plants. Drop the coffee grinds in each of the plants. Actually, all the two. Yeah, I did tell you that. That's all I'm doing today. I'm not doing all the other stuff. I did a little pruning on tomato plants. It's like because I'm maintaining it. It's not a lot of work. I'm kind of at the stage in my planting that me and the husband, we're gonna go and I got some boards. These boards right here. And forgive me if I'm not bending down as much, but I got like some little thick boards or whatever. But we're gonna take them and get them cut, and then I'm gonna get some more wood, and I'm going to put 2 beds over here. One of the beds is gonna be a 4x8, and what other length did I say that bed was gonna be? Shoot, no, it's 3: a 4x8. Another 4x4, and then I need to see. Now I'm gonna use a container because it's time for me to transition my pumpkins to the ground so they can start growing. But this whole area back here is gonna be a pumpkin patch for this year. Can't tell you what's gonna happen next year, but for this year it's gonna be a pumpkin patch. But as you can see, they're starting to really grow, so I got to get them out of this pot, and I have 3, so that whole back area is going to be completely full. My idea or my thought, I got my water line already ready to unhook and put in here, but I'm going to put 3 plants on the outskirt of this patch right here. So I am going to, so I can direct one this way, one that way, and one that way. And then I'll, trim it as it go, so I'll be able to still step over if I need to. But I got to get some leaves, and I got to get some cardboard, some leaves, and some mulch put down, so that I don't have to worry about really just the under part of my pumpkins rotting. That's the reason why I put it over there for the watermelons. For these over here, I'm trying to see how would it be. It's cute, to see your watermelon grow up a trellis, but if it's too much of a hassle, this is a try. If it's too much of a hassle, we're gonna stick with putting it in the edge of the box and let it grow out on the yard. I'm good with that. Y'all have a blessed and amazing day. Oh wow! Oh wow! I mean, like, oh, wow. I mean, like, oh, wow. Thank you, Lord. Y'all have a blessed day. I ain't gonna hold y'all any long. Uh, I'm just grateful. I am so grateful. I am. For it is in the garden where life begins. And I thank you, Lord God, for giving me a heart for your garden. Y'all have a blessed day.